Hi guys, it's Miss Winter. Today we're going to be taking some notes on multiplying fractions, and I want to make a few points about taking notes from a video. So when you take notes from a video, you can pause and rewind the video. So if you miss something, stop the video and go back and listen to it again. You can pause the video and copy the notes. So whatever I write about multiplying fractions, pause it and write that stuff down. And last and most important is listen to what I'm saying. Don't be listening to music. No music. Listen to what the video is talking to you about, which is multiplying fractions. I don't write everything down, obviously. So there are things that I say that you need to pay attention to. Okay, so we're going to start by modeling some fractions. And the first one that we're going to model, and some of you may have already done this in class, is 3/4 of 1/2. 3/4 of 1/2. So the first thing I'm going to do is this 1/2 is going to be your half of the, so this is my whole piece here, and I'm looking at half of it, okay? Now, I want 3/4 of just this half, okay? So I just want 3/4 of this one side. I don't want 3/4 of the whole thing. I want 3/4 of this. So I'm going to separate this into fourths. 1, 2, 3. And I want 3/4 of that. So this is 1, 2, 3. So when I'm talking about 3/4 of a half, I can also say 3/4 times 1/2. And 3/4 of 1/2 means I now have 1, 2, 3 that have both colors, and now I want the total number of pieces. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3/4 times 1/2 is 3/8. All right, so the next one that we're going to do is 2/3 of 1/5. 2/3 of 1/5, or 2/3 times 1/5. So the first thing I'm going to do is separate into fifths or thirds. So let's do thirds. So 1, 2. So I have 2/3. So 1, 2. There's my 2/3. And now I want 1/5 of it. So I'm going to separate the other way. 3. And it doesn't have to be perfect, remember? So I have 1/5 is just that little square. So 2/3 times 1/5 only gives me 1 square. 1 square right here out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's going to give me 1 out of 15. No. Oops, I did that wrong. That's not right. It's 2. I forgot. It's 2/3. So 1/5 of 2/3 is both of those. So, oops. It's going to be 2/15. And if you notice, I checked it because I looked at these numbers and I saw 2 times 1, 3 times 5. And if you notice over here, 3 times 1, 4 times 2. Ooh. Hint, hint. Okay, let's do another one. This is going to be 1/5 times 2/5. So I'm going to separate into fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lines down. I have 1/5 going this way, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2/5 of that gives me 2, and then I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25. Okay, so I want you to do the next one independently and see if yours is going to match mine. So you are going to do 5/8 times 4/5. See what you get. Pause the video and try it on your own first. Okay, so here's what mine would look like. And my answer is going to be 20 out of 40. And if I simplified, I would get 2/4 or 1/2. So if you can see, if I had moved these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down here, it would have covered half of the whole thing. Okay, so the last two that you're going to do is 3/4 times 1/6 and 2/3 times 1/4. Go ahead and try those two and see what you get. Pause the video. So here's how we solve these problems. We have 3/4 times 1/6 is 3/24, which I can then simplify by dividing by 3. And then number 6, 2/3 times 1/4 is 2 out of 12 altogether, which equals 1/6. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take some notes about solving problems like this. Now, when I'm multiplying fractions, the first thing I have to do is make sure everything's a fraction. Either proper or improper. That means if you have a mixed number, you have to change it into a fraction. Step 2 is multiply the top numbers. And then multiply the bottom. Boy, that was bad handwriting. Try again. And then simplify. Remember that when we are simplifying, the best numbers to use are 2, 3, 5, and 10. Those are the most common ones that we use to simplify. Okay, so let's do some examples. Oops. Write down the two problems and try to solve them using the rules that we just wrote down. Pause the video. Okay, so step 1 is make sure everything's a fraction. Both of these, 1/4 and 4/5, are proper fractions. So we're just going to multiply the top. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. And then I'm going to use my numbers down here, and I'm going to divide by 2. Divide by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 20 divided by 2 is 10. I can divide by 2 again, and I get 1/5. Okay, so the second problem is 1/3 times 4.5, and if you notice, this is a mixed number, so we're going to have to go and change that number. So we multiply the bottom. 2 times 4 is 8. We add the top. Multiply the bottom. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Denominator stays the same. So I have 1/3 times 9/2. 1 times 9 is 9. 3 times 2 is 6. Now I'm going to divide. 9 divided by 6, top in, bottom out, is 1. There's 3 left over. That becomes my numerator. Denominator stays the same. Now I have to simplify. I'm going to use 3, which is one of our numbers, to simplify by. Don't forget your whole number. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So if you follow the steps for multiplying fractions, you shouldn't have any problems.